Hello everyone. Well, here I am in the back seat of my car. I've just finished work and I'm going to meet a friend shortly, so I thought while I wait, I've only got one, so I've got to make it count. Now this is quite a busy car park, so if you hear some noise, we can only do so much. So nice to see you all. I know that it's been a hot minute. When it's been, oh hello. I know I take these long breaks and I come back and I just think, where do I start? What do I tell you? So much has happened. It's probably impossible to encapsulate it in one hard candy video. Work was okay. I work in a newsroom in the technical side of things. So, I help out and push buttons and make sure that everything looks good. And in Australia, we are in the middle of our election season. Now, thankfully, it doesn't last quite as long as it does in the US. Only sort of about a month and a half of political posturing and all that kind of thing. So that means that my work is very busy because of all the politics stuff that's going on. So, I am interested in that stuff to some degree, but it does get a bit old after a while when it's the only content that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Usually my job is a little bit more varied, a little bit more interesting than that. But I'm meeting a friend of mine in the city in a little while. Not really sure what we're going to do, just hanging out for the sake of it. I think we're both a little bit down in the dumps at the moment, so just be nice to have a little bit of company. The Melbourne International Comedy Fest is on at the moment, so maybe we'll go see a comedy show. Don't know. Maybe we'll just go get a coffee and chat. But that'll be nice. Let me know in the comments how you guys are all going. What have I missed? I always love to hear how your lives are and what's going on in your world. And if you are in the US at the moment, I hope you are okay, because some pretty wild stuff going on over there at the moment. So you're all in my thoughts. What else can I tell you? It's been a bit of a roller coaster lately for me. I found myself single once again. Feels like there's probably a handful of ASMR videos that I've made for you guys over the years where I've had to make that announcement. What must you think of me? Oh, hang on, I'm just going to pause while this car takes off next to me. Okay, sorry about that. There's just a loud work vehicle next to me, and oh, somebody's pulling up in front of me now, so I'll be well lit for a couple of seconds. And they'll be wondering what the hell this person's doing in their backseat talking to their headrest. I've got my phone kind of slotted in my headrest. I thought it was quite clever, actually. I hope it's not somebody I work with, because then they're really going to be wondering what is wrong with me. Anyway, so yes, like I said, newly single as of a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, bit of a bummer, to say the least. So I'm still just kind of wrapping my head around that. Sorry, there's a person just near my car. Nothing to see here. Ah, that's better. It's always the danger of doing these videos in your car in a public place. But that's okay. You like the ambience of the world outside. Hang on. I seem to have picked the busiest spot in this car park. Anyway, what was I saying? Something depressing, I imagine. Yeah, look, so life is looking a little bit different to what it was even a couple of weeks ago, and back to sort of living alone, and that's always been a real challenge for me. It's not really something that I feel like I particularly thrive doing. I feel like it's very easy to fall into bad habits when you don't have anybody to pick you up on it. But I'm trying to be better about it. Trying to get out of the house lots and work as much as I can and exercise and all those things that you're supposed to do to keep your mental health afloat. But it's just going to take time. You know, it was pretty heartbreaking. So yeah, that's life. These things happen. You get knocked down, you get back up again, right? What else can I tell you? Well, before all that happened, I went on a trip to Japan for a couple of weeks, which was a lot of fun. Went to, you guys would know by now if you're avid watchers of my videos that I'm a big fan of theme parks. So went to Disneyland and Universal Studios. They were a lot of fun. I was expecting to enjoy Universal Studios more than Disneyland, but actually it was the reverse, which was interesting. Even though Disneyland, didn't really have as many, I guess, thrill rides. I just thought that the experience and the atmosphere was really nice, and Universal Studios felt a little bit more like it didn't have a kind of consistent theme to it. It just felt like a whole lot of things kind of slapped together. But Universal had some really great rides, and we went on this roller coaster called the Flying Dinosaur, which was at Jurassic Park. And, you know, like in a normal roller coaster, you're kind of sitting upright like that, but on this roller coaster, they tip you so that you're lying on your front, sort of face down, looking at the ground. That was quite scary, but really interesting. I'd never been on a ride like that before. It was a lot of fun. My companion next to me, I don't think had such a good time, but that's okay. At least we gave it a go. That's all that matters. Oh no, I'm nearly done. Stand by, I have some chewing gum. Hang on. Okay, this was just going to be hard candy, but I want to give you a bit of a longer video, so I have some gum as well. We also went on the Jaws ride. Now, I had been on the Jaws ride when I went to Disney World Orlando many years ago, but 14 years ago, 15 years ago. I think it's closed now, that one. So it was nice to go on it again in Osaka, but all the rides, of course, are in Japanese over there, so some things get lost in translation, but I think, oh my god, there's a shark is probably the same no matter what language you speak. So that was fun. We got a little bit wet. We were sitting right on the side of the boat, so spoiler alert, the shark comes out of the water and kind of sprays you a little bit. And the animatronic is a little bit goofy, but still quite cool. What else? I ate some mushrooms, some shiitake mushrooms for the first time in my life. I'm usually quite a fussy eater. Well, I don't like to say fussy eater. I have some issues around the kinds of foods that I feel comfortable eating. And mushrooms have historically not been something that I've felt safe eating. But something about the way that they prepared it over there in Japan just made me feel like more comfortable, and they were really tasty. I haven't had any since I got home because I don't trust Australian chefs to prepare it in the same way that the Japanese chefs did, but I count that as a win. You know, it's usually very difficult for me to try new foods, so I'm glad that I tried and had a positive experience. And who knows, maybe I will get even braver and try some more new things. Yeah, it looks like we've got a lot of people flooding this car park now. I wanted to make a longer video, but I'm also getting a little bit self-conscious. I know that's a bit rich coming from somebody who puts their face on the internet for fun, but because I am quite near my work, I'm a little bit worried about somebody I know walking past. So anyway, just a little update for you guys. I'll post again soon, I promise. Alright, until next time.